So let's get a brief overview of some of the fundamental features of Sass. The first feature is Sass variables. Just as we can use variables in our regular programming languages, in a Sass file, we can create our own variables and assign them values. So these values could be something like a color value or a pixel value. So once we've defined a variable and given it a value, we can go and reference this variable anytime we want to set a CSS property. Because we've defined this variable in one place and reused it throughout our Sass file, if we change the value of this variable, then any property that we've used it in will automatically get this new value. Just as in an object-oriented language we can use inheritance to inherit one class from another, so too in Sass we can inherit one style from another. So for example, we can define a class, and then another class can inherit all of the styles from that single class. And we'll see in the next module how using style inheritance in Sass can actually help us reduce the number of classes we need to use on our HTML elements. Multiple style file support means that we can organize our styles better by splitting them into multiple files. So for example, one file could contain all of our color variables, and another file could contain variables for widths and heights. Nested rules allow us to improve the readability of our Sass file by making it easier to understand which HTML elements actually get targeted. So this means it's really easy to look at our styles in our Sass file and relate them to the HTML markup that they'll be applied to. Mix-ins allow us to define a set of CSS properties and values once, and then reuse them throughout the rest of our style sheet. So this reduces duplication because we can just define the mix-in in one place and then reuse it throughout our file. We can also create parameterized mix-ins so we can pass values to them to further reduce code duplication. And finally, there's a number of pre-built functions that we can use in Sass, such as functions to lighten or darken colors, or to manipulate the contents of lists.